Hey, y'all, Mike B. Rolling here. I had a phone call from a buddy of mine yesterday. I wanted to do a video on this. It's a good topic. He was talking about, he's been talking about wanting to switch to an older truck to go paper logs and this, that, and the other. And he's all worried about, apparently they're trying to get a law passed that's going to make it mandatory for all trucks to go e-logs. And you know, he follows the whole political crap and watches the news and all this. He stays fairly up to date. He's a pretty knowledgeable guy. Kevin's his name, so shout out to Kevin. But he was telling me that they're trying to get this law passed. It's tucked in with some other legislation that they're trying to pass that it's going to make it mandatory by the year 2029, I think. I'm not sure on that, but I think he said it was 2029 that they're trying to get this law passed that'll make it mandatory for all trucks to have GPS attached, you know, e-logs to their trucks. You know, whether they get that passed or not, I don't know. It's really immaterial. I'll cross that bridge when I come to it. You know, I don't worry about the future. I focus on today. You know, but I got to thinking on that, and I was like, you know, as of right now, the situation, the fact that I'm able to run paper logs, the only trucks I would buy would be a glider kit with a 99 or older engine, or a 99 truck or older. You know. But if they do pass that law that says, you know, in 2029, all trucks have to be electronic logs, all that really does for me is that, of course, it means I would have to, you know, start electronic logs, but that would actually open the market up to where I could buy a truck as new as 07. You know, I wouldn't have to, or a glider kit, but I don't think they'll ever be able to outlaw glider kits altogether and say, oh, you got to bring them up to emission standards, and your old trucks, you got to bring, you know, like California. You can still run an old truck, but I think you have to spend like $50,000 or some odd $1,000 to bring whatever old truck you have up to the emission standards and add that stuff onto your truck. Anybody who would do that's a damn fool. I would never do that. But I was just sitting there thinking, yeah, that would actually open the market up significantly, because up to 07, you could still get a Cat or a 12.7 Detroit, or I guess an 07, it was an ISX, but it was that first gen ISX that just had the EGR. And I had one of those in that 386 Pete that I used to have. And that was a good engine. I had no troubles with that engine. EGR, about once a year, it'd clog up. You'd have to fix it. But mine clogged up and got stuck on the open side. So my mechanic said, hell, man, just put a piece of tape over that light and leave it open. He says, it'll never cause you any trouble because it's not trying to function. It's stuck in the right position. So I was like, hell yeah. I put a piece of tape over the check engine light and ran that sucker like that for, shit, man, 3.5 years. Never had a lick of trouble out of it because it's stuck open. Now, if they stick closed, now you got to go to the shop and get them replaced. I got lucky on that one. But yeah, that was... If they do pass the law, then, like guys out there, new guys looking to buy a truck, you know, you don't have to go buy an old 99 truck. If you are with a company that's going to require you to run e-logs no matter what year or model or whatever, and there's a lot of companies out there that do that, a lot. They don't care what year your truck is. You want to work for us, you have to run electronic logs, blah, blah, blah. Then don't worry about an old 99 or older truck. Hell, you can go all the way up to 07. That's still pre-emissions, but, you know, still able to do e-logs. So if you're with a company that has to have e-logs no matter what, then your market's much wider than my market. You could look at a 07 Pete or a Kidworth Freightliner, it doesn't matter, whatever. It's still pre-emissions, still really good quality equipment that'll last, you know, million plus miles. That ISX I had, when I sold that thing, it had 1.2 million miles. It didn't burn any oil, still had full power, and great motor, man, great engine. Yeah, I just want to throw that out there. I like the older trucks for the paper log aspect of it, 99 and older. But as far as pre-emissions, I love anything up to an 07. I'm good with that, you know. But I just don't want to run paper logs. The company I'm with will allow me to run. I don't want to run electronic logs. The company I'm with will allow me to run paper, so I make sure my engine is 99 or older. You know, that's the reason I did what I did. I had to change engines, so I might as well spend a little extra and get the right engine and make my life a whole lot easier, a whole lot simpler. But, you know, like I said, if your company's going to require you to run e-log anyway, get you an old 07, or, you know, hell, even get you a 2011, 2012, 2013 glider kit, you know. Pre-emissions is all you're worried about. It's the emissions that's the big trouble with these newer trucks. The trucks themselves are fine. It's the emissions engine, this junk. The maintenance cost on them is astronomical. Trying to keep the damn things running without going to the shop every time a freaking sensor, or I don't even know how many there is. There's something like 15 or 20 sensors on that DEF DPF that controls all the emissions and all that, and every single one of those is a point of failure. And if even one of them glitches, hiccups, rubs a wire, any problem whatsoever, lights that dash up, derates the motor, and you're going to the shop, man. That's the only thing you can do. And anybody who knows these shops now, man, I've seen shops with almost $200 an hour labor rate, and they're backed up for days and days, if not weeks, just to get into their shop because there's so many damn trucks trying to get in there because their emissions is all screwed up, wonky, got to be rebuilt, got to be redone, whatever. I mean, it's absolutely crazy how just the emissions control on that engine is just, imagine trying to run a marathon choking the shit out of yourself. You can't get a full breath. Now you try to run a marathon. It don't work. The engines can't breathe, man. They're just, it's no good. No bueno. But yeah, myself, I'll never buy it. I don't give two furry rats' asses. I will never buy another engine with emissions on it. I bought the Beast here. It had emissions on it, but I bought it with the intention of deleting those emissions. Law be damned. I don't care what law you want to pass. I'm going to do exactly what I want to do with my truck, and I don't give a shit who says anything about it. I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to do what's right for me and my business. Yeah, so I deleted that. The original engine in this truck, I deleted it and had zero trouble out of that engine. Once it was deleted, had zero trouble for 4 years. No trouble whatsoever till it ate the camshaft. And then once it ate the camshaft, at that point it was going to be so expensive to fix the engine, cheaper to replace it. It's the reason I'm in the situation I'm in now. Got an old 99 N14 and absolutely love this engine. Starts every damn time, chugs down the road, never gives up, never fails. And if something does go wrong, it gives me time to get it to a shop to get it repaired. It doesn't just go, I quit, shut down, derate, take the power off, go to the shop. Oh, wait a minute, you can't go to the shop. Call a tow truck. The hell with that. This N14 will run, man. The 3406 ECAT, 12.7 Detroit, their tolerances are much greater to where unless something catastrophic goes wrong, and then it nukes the engine, whatever. But most of the time, you can keep them running long enough and limp them down the road and get to a shop to get them repaired, or get them back to your shop, fix it yourself, whatever. But yeah, I just want to throw that video out there. If they do pass that law about e-logs, it is what it is. I mean, they're obviously not worried about the Constitution and our rights, or their authority. They're claiming to have a lot of authority that they don't have, and I don't agree with any of it. But what are we going to do? They're the almighty government, and what they say is law. Until the revolution, when we string them all up. That's what I'm looking forward to. But yeah, anyway, just want to throw this video out there about the e-logs. But yeah, it'll open up a market. For me, it would open up my market all the way up to any truck that's up to 2007. I wouldn't go newer than that, because then you're into emissions. But because in 08 they started the DPF, the diesel particulate filter, and then in 2011 or 12 they made it mandatory to go DPF and DEF, which is the diesel exhaust fluid with the diesel particulate filter. So if you want pre-emissions, you can go all the way up to any truck that's up to 07, and you're good. The one thing I will say out there, if you find like a 08, 09 Caterpillar in like a 389 Pete or whatever that's got an 08, 09, 2010, it's got a Caterpillar in it, don't walk away from that truck, run away from that truck. That Caterpillar design for their first, they only did one design, and they put the DPF filter on there, and they called it a hot box, a burn box. And that design was so fucking bad, Caterpillar pulled out of the truck market altogether because they just could not make it work on their Caterpillar engines. And they said, F it, no more cats in trucks. We'll just put them in heavy equipment. That's a bad design. So any 2008, 9, 10 Peterbilt or Kenworth, whatever, if it's a Caterpillar built from the year 2008 and up, do not buy that engine, no matter what. I don't care how cheap the truck is. I don't care. Unless you fully intend to pull that engine out and replace it, don't buy that truck. But anyway, word to the wise. Word to the wise. Yeah. Oh shit, man. Y'all be good out there. Questions, comments, any questions, throw them in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. You know the deal. Catch y'all later.